Did you know when I first fixed my penultimate, I went from not being able to windmilling to being able to windmill in like 15 minutes. I shortened how many steps I took, chose the exact spot I was gonna plant from, and then took a bigger penultimate. Vert went up by like 2 or 3 inches, literally in 15 minutes. This is the power that improving your jump technique has. And if you want results like this is the video for you. This is a call with Nathaniel, who's been a longtime THP athlete, and we went over fixing his right, left, and left-right jump technique. If I can make one guarantee, if you watch this, is that you will learn something that you can apply to your jumps. Hope you enjoy it.
Just like looking forward, I guess, for like if I'm trying to do more like complex dunks, it definitely seems like if you are left right, you kind of have to lean more with that finishing with the left hand though. So would you say it's ever like worth to switch?
Left, right, right, left is good for every dunk except spins. And specifically, it spins. Actually, reworded, every plant has its own benefit. So if I'm doing 360 East Bay, like air up their way, 360 on the back, left, right's better. Reverse 360s are better. Right, left, right-handed. Straight up dunks like windmill and East Bay and behind the back are easier right, left because you get the lean.
Damn.
The thing is, it's easier to just learn how to dunk lefty than it is to switch plants. That's how I look at it. Like it's way, way million times easier. Because you can rep hand speed without jumping, you can low rim. There isn't really like bad habit. It's easier to break bad habits. It's like versus switching plants is a whole new skill and it's difficult to learn, right? You've been training basically the other half of your body your whole life. I always tell guys to just learn how to dunk with the other hand. Way easier that way. It's gonna suck at first. Learning to use your other hand, it improves very, very quickly. Like it just feels awkward at first, but all it takes is like 2 to 3 sessions and it starts feeling like decently comfortable. It's just guys never commit to going lefty. Like I tell Austin all the time to practice lefty. I think I've seen him try like 10 lefty dunks the entire time I've known him. So it just takes work, right? It takes hundreds of reps, but it's way easier to get the reps in like that than opposite plant.
And then are you right-handed or left-handed? And then is CJ left-handed or right-handed? Because you guys both have same plants too.
I'm right-handed and CJ is left-handed. When I was young and I was learning to play basketball, my dad gave me a very good piece of advice. He said, everything you learn how to do it with your left hand first, then do it with your right hand. I took that to dunking as well. I'm weird, but I like doing things I'm not good at, and learning to dunk lefty is like, especially if you're doing like what's the best dunk you can hit right now? Like what are you?
It was like a baby tomahawk, like super tiny.
Yeah.
So
if you're used to doing, like two-handers, reverse dunks, tomahawk, stuff like that, like it can be kind of like a breath of fresh air because it doesn't take more balance. It's just a coordination thing. I find that fun. Like when I have to like do something that's simple but like different that I haven't done, like the process of learning it, it's enjoyable. And I think you have to find joy in that too. Like there's something to be said about, the cliche, it's following the journey. You got to kind of enjoy sucking at stuff to find success in dunking.
So I've been dealing with like this quad injury for like almost like half a year now too. I guess a backstory. So it was like last year, like around like June, July. This is like I was just going crazy. Sessions were going super well too. And then I think I might have just like overdid it. And then we were in a phase where the volume was just like crazy high. It was like 3 sets of like 15, 17 front squats, and I think I might have like just done it then, and then it's always been kind of just like lingering now to where it's like I almost have it, but I'm not even sure if it's like a tendon issue now with my quad because it's mainly like above like around the quad tendon, but sometimes it feels it in like the VMO kind of area too. So I'm not sure if it's tendon pain or like if it's like a muscle strain.
Where can you show like where it is specifically? Let's see what we're looking at here.
So it's like sometimes it's above the quad tendon, kind of leans more into a lot of times it's usually kind of VMO area.
Is it pinching? Is it tight? What does it feel like?
It usually kind of happens whenever I'm like squatting or if I'm like getting to a deadlift like power clean position.
How would you describe it? Like, is it pinching? Is it stretch? Does it feel like a pull? Like, what is it? Give me like, if you had to describe it, how would you describe it?
Pinching or pull? Like when someone like pinches your arm kind of feeling?
Pinching would be like two tissues bumping into each other and like mushing it. A grab would be like a pulled muscle. It'll feel like a stretch, like a really deep stretch. But when you're using the muscle, connective tissue feels kind of like DOMS, but like the more you use it, the worse it feels.
Yeah, I would say really deep squats, or if it's like after,
so
especially after jumping.
The pain intensifies with like intensity on your quad.
Yes, like if I do like a quarter squat, there's no pain. But if I get into like a
what if you put enough weight on the quarter squat? Would you feel it? Like if you put like 500 pounds in a quarter squat, would you feel that?
I think I might, yeah. Okay. But if I'm squatting like around like even like 80 or 90% of my quarter squat, it's not too bad. And it depends like if I'm like
bouncing.
Like you guys have mentioned, like if I squat with more hips, not as much. But if I squat like
Like
small
straight up
quad,
and
then
down.
it's
I'm
gonna
saying like
kind of
second
kick in.
pull of a clean. Like would that bother you? The second pull of a clean position, like double knee bend. You're saying like a deep squat position, or just like getting into any
Yeah,
knee forward
deep squat.
position? Okay. Isaiah's had something like this. It doesn't. Do you feel it when you jump?
A bit, yeah, but usually the day after, like I
Okay.
jumped on
Yeah, I think it's
Thursday,
it's
and
it's
then
probably
yeah,
it's probably connective tissue. It could be like there's a lot of connective tissue around that area. It could be like the whole sheath of connective tissue is just like being tugged on and pissed off, and you're having like, you know, these metabolic and cellular pathways take over where it becomes hypercellular and can lead to like, you know, decreases in function or dysfunction and pain. So you've done ISOs or no? Have you done ISOs for it?
yeah,
Have
yeah.
you tried
Usually
reverse
quad. I
Nordics?
recently switched to the wall sits. Just no, I have not.
I would try reverse Nordic isos. So grab a weight, or Isaiah does it where he kneels on like something soft, and then he'll have like his couch or something like that, or something like in the ground that isn't gonna fall over. And then he'll kind of go to like move close to the couch, relatively close, depending. And then he'll just lean into like the side of the couch and or like a bed or something like that, and extend his feet into the floor, and then that uses the quad. And I found that just for some reason the internal movement arms and the leverages are just different. I don't know why specifically. Like the biomechanics of it are kind of complex, but it does change the way that the muscle seems to work with the tendon. And sometimes that can address some of those areas that, you know, are hard to address with like a kettlebell ISO or a wall sit or like a single leg quarter squat. So even doing reverse Nordics can be very, very helpful for quad tendinopathy. It's one of the things that I've seen time and time again. I would probably recommend testing that and seeing, and try different like knee joint angles. Try it, you know, in a deep position, try it, you know, above a deep position. And then I would also try integrating them slowly instead of squats when you have squats programmed. If I'm a betting man, that'll help clear it up pretty well.
Okay, damn. Okay, sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I would let's do this. First, just try the ISOs. Just start with the ISOs as isometrics, with those being the ISO you pick, your reverse Nordic ISO. Just see what happens. Like give it like a week, and just a week or two, and track your pain and see, is it going down or is it going up? Does it feel better or does it feel worse? Is it unchanged? Is my function going up but my pain staying the same? And then what we can do is we can try to modify, and if that helps, then that'll tell us that that's the ISO you need to do. If not, then we can do heavy slow resistance training with it. And I think that that'll clear it up if it comes to that. Hopefully not, but I think it will.
You just talk about like being like lean to, I guess my height build right now. I'm like 6'2", 6'3", like I'm like 215 right now. Like what would you say is like an ideal body weight?
As lean as possible. I will tell you that the leaner I get, the higher I jump. So take that for what you will. You know, I think to a point, it'll help 2-foot jumpers, 1-foot jumpers for sure. For you, probably go based more on body fat percentage than anything else. Like I don't think the total body weight matters as much as the percent body fat. And that needs to be single digits for sure, at least. You know, you might have to employ different strategies with diet and you know, movement snacks, like going for 15-minute walks, doing push-ups throughout the day, doing, you know, 20 squats or something like that. Being creative with moving more and eating less is a really, really good way to lose weight. Coffee, stimulants, like, you know, I know some people will use nicotine to suppress appetite, and I'm not saying you should, but it is an option. And that usually helps like quite a bit, guys, when they're trying to lean up as well. But yeah, being lean is mega, mega important. And sometimes sprinting and sprint volume can really help as well. Right now, I probably wouldn't do that with you because of your knee, but in the future, it might be something worth exploring for you if you really want to lean up. And I think sprinting has a lot of other benefits, but
Yeah, I guess like with the quad tendon, with most athletes, it's better to continue to stay on the current like block of period training, but like just adjust. Like let's say it's like squats, then I'll just adjust the core squats. Or if it was like
yeah,
power
it
cleans,
depends.
just do off the block so it can
For
still kind
you,
of.
it depends how bad it is. So like for you,
Okay.
I would probably do that for a couple months. I'd probably sub out the squats for reverse Nordics when you have them, same sets and reps, just go slow if you feel your knee. And then when you don't feel your knee, I would try to do the workout as written. That's probably the biggest substitute or switch you can make that'll help your tendon progress upwards. Now, if for some reason that doesn't work, then we're just going to be collecting data and trying to figure out like, okay, what days did it feel worse? What days did it feel better? Was it the day after? Was it during the session? Did the ISOs help? Did they not help? Squats make it worse? Is it deep squatting? Is that the thing that pisses it off? Is it compression? You know, my intuition says it's probably compression. It's probably just really high load, and you're just, you know, having some issues in and around with the connective tissue, like the quad tendon. It could be a bunch of other things, but that's what my intuition is saying based on what you're saying about it. I would say first and foremost, don't do anything that you feel more than a 3 in the knee. So if you feel a 3, then you need to make an adjustment, or like higher than a 3. I'd say a 3 is okay. Higher than a 3, you're probably going to take steps backwards. You're probably going to get worse. Try to keep that in mind when you're doing squats, and even cleans like the catch or pulling from the floor, pull from the block, or just do a clean pull. Don't go all the way down in a squat. You know, if it's really bad, then try reverse Nordics or something else. Those are probably the first things I would do. And then if for some reason it's like, okay, I can kind of train around this, I kind of can't, you can always go and just treat it it, like go full blown rehab mode. But you don't have to do that. You could conceivably work around it. It is a little bit nuanced if you choose to do that, though. You have to make the right choice, during training for it to get better. Whereas like if we just put you on a protocol that's this is what this is meant to do, it more than likely will get better no matter what. But then you're not training, and training's fun, and that's what we all enjoy. So it is a little bit of a decision for you to make. Like, do you want to still train and get volume in, or would you rather cut your volume in half or third and take time to reset essentially? And like sometimes it's just as a flare up, but yours doesn't seem to be that way. So you'd probably need to like do a pretty long progression, and you could get it healthy both ways, I think, if you manage your load correctly.
Right now, that's what I'm doing, but like I tend to sometimes I'll go over in the jump sessions, even if it was just like
I would count your jumps. Like I would just count your jumps.
Okay.
Like and just be really honest with yourself. I think for you that could be good, is just to like have it be more rigid, because your discipline is falling to the wayside because you're having fun and enjoying it, which is cool. Like I did the same thing today, and I felt my Achilles and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I was jumping super well. The ball was bouncing all over the place because it was outdoor and my ball had probably too much air in it. I'm like trying to navigate the session and like make the most of the session, but I felt a little bit in my Achilles, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to push this. Like I don't want to be Jason Tatum. I don't want to be Halliburton. I don't want to be Dame. Like I'm done. We're done. I'm going to cut the session. I'm going to move on with my day. I would tell you, like, have the same level of awareness where you either track it on paper or you set a timer. Like you have to have some sort of cutoff, some means of tracking how many jumps you're taking and a cutoff point. Time is probably a good one because it's the easiest. The next best one is, or the best one's probably number of jumps. The next best one is going to be time. Yeah. And then after that is you could use pain as an indicator. That's probably the worst one, but you should always be using pain. But I'm saying like some guys will just go until they're like, oh, I felt it and it's too late. I've exploded. I'm like, well, so you can't undo that. Like I can't put the toothpaste back in the bottle.
Yeah, there's a couple, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me just watch a couple. What were you cueing in these jumps? Is there anything specific you were thinking about?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about like leading with the knee and then trying to get low.
Get low. So big thing here. Look at the difference in speed without the ball and the rhythm. Let's play this one too. Pretty decent, but as soon as we add the ball, everything slows down, right? Like if you look at the speed you're coming in with, like if you had this rhythm on this jump, like that would be easy to hand dunk. I don't know if let me see if it gets better. Yeah, still coming in really slowly in terms of rhythm here. So what I would suggest for you to do, let me see, these lines are a little bit confusing on the court. Where's the free throw line?
Oh, this court's like kind of cooked. I was actually doing some of the math though. The free throw line's like yeah, it's here on there. Red? It's like free throws are 11 or 12 feet. Maybe the red. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be around 12 feet from like the front of the hoop and then 15 from the back of the hoop. But
yeah, so
my point is, like,
as you guys can see, there's a lot of value in learning jump technique. And if you want us to analyze your jumps just how we're doing it for Nathaniel, go to thpstrength.com. And what's crazy is you can get 90% off your first month if you sign up right now. Again, thpstrength.com. You can get started and get your jumps analyzed like this for just $12. Insane deal, and it'll transform your life. Promise you that. Now back to the video.
If this is the free throw line, 3-point line's probably around here. Count how many steps you take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For reference, I start, and we're the same height, I start 3 feet behind the 3-point line. I only take 5 steps. So I bet if you shorten your approach to literally just 4 steps, start a little bit, maybe right at the free throw line initially, and start slow. Literally just walk into the first step, walk into the second step, and then push hard on your penultimate, you would jump way higher, like way higher. So I would start there first. Is literally mark where you're gonna start, probably 15 feet out. Just take 4 steps in the approach. So step, penultimate, 1, 2. Does that make sense? If you're going right left, it would be like right left, right left. Does that make sense? And
okay, yeah.
And I would only take 1 dribble is the other thing. Like literally like one dribble on the first step, take the penultimate, and then jump up. So that's one thing is the rhythm has to change. Um, okay, let me look at a few more of these. Do you want me to pay more attention to the off the dribble or without the ball?
Actually, let me send another one too, because this is right left, but I have a better one that's like
Okay.
actually left to right.
Oh yeah, your left right's way better, way better. So like look at the speed, right? The difference in speed, like with the right left versus the left right.
I got the
The thing
rewind motion, yeah.
is, was that your first session trying right left? Like a focus
Yeah, like
session?
literally focus session, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I would not worry too much in that case. I think your right left technique, you just have to practice short approaches first. Literally, it's do a ton of not even four step. I would only practice three-step approaches like over and over and over and over again until it feels comfortable, until you don't even have to think about your steps. And by three steps, I mean like you walk and then take a penultimate, like a walk, like a half walking step, push into the penultimate. Um,
Mm.
yeah, here you're getting like way lower. Like look at the shin angle right here. Like this is freaking perfect. The
Oh,
only
Okay,
that's what's
heck
his
yeah.
thing,
face. Is that Chris? Is that his name?
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
Chris.
yeah.
I love his
The
energy.
only
We
thing
don't we
is,
actually met at the bar, bro. And then I was like, "You train THP, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So we've been working out here like for like since like last year, bro.
That gym
that's
looks
so
so nice.
funny. Can you imagine
Yeah,
John
no,
meeting
really
like
nice.
a training like a someone in the same jump program like at a bar?
No, there was that's a universe that never existed, and that was my childhood.
That would be crazy.
Definitely not where like you're
Um,
bought in and have a coach. That's not a thing.
yeah, yeah. So Nathaniel, this isn't like too bad. Two things I see you're doing is like you're coming in fast and then braking. So I would honestly slow down a little
Mm,
bit the first two steps of the approach. Like here,
okay.
I would be coming in with less speed. And then here's where you really wanna push. And you're doing a good job of staying low through here. Um, you're just stepping. You're doing a I've been using this term a lot. You're doing a penultimate step instead of a penultimate jump. Right? You're like really kicking the legs forward, the foot forward. Um, I
Oh,
know you've seen in that carousel post, lead with the knee. That
yeah, the
that
Falcon
knee
knee.
needs to stay back. You need to feel more of a stretch here. Throw the hip forward on the penultimate. It's not throw your foot forward, it's throw your hip forward. Is how you should think of it. Just those two things. Slow down, throw the hip forward on the penultimate and see if that makes it look a little bit cleaner, fixes the rhythm. And then for right
Okay, for
left,
sure.
just three steps for now.
Yeah, honestly, I'm probably not gonna worry about right left at all. I'm probably just gonna lock in, double down on this left right I got right now because it's looking like really good, and
Cool.
then or get some left-handed reps, like you were saying too.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. 3 months out, we could sit down and make sure that you're unloaded and that you have the best cycle so that you can jump your highest for that period of time. But the big benefits of having a date is it helps you dial everything in. You train with more intent. The motivation's higher. Austin just went through it where he got asked to be in a huge contest, and he had some of the highest quality training he's ever had just because diet was locked in. There was something to train for. When people have a reason to do something, the chances of you doing the thing is way higher and the quality is way higher. So that's the benefit of having a date. As far as dunks, is just have like six dunks in your bag. They don't have to be, I wouldn't even think about winning or anything like that.
Mm,
Your goal should be hit six different dunks first try. And you basically set up your sessions around those dunks. Your sessions should be a dunk contest. I mean, John's been there for a bunch of my contest prep, and it's literally I go in, warm up, and we do the dunk contest.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. For someone like you, like, you could go off the dribble one-hander, boom, then off the backboard two-hander, then do a reverse dunk. By that time, you have enough bounce to do a 360. Dwight Howard tap doesn't take that much vertical. Like there's a bunch of
okay.
like the possibilities are endless as far as dunks, and I can help with that. But yeah, it's just choose your six dunks that you want. I would think about it a lot, and then we basically just train you to specifically hit those dunks first try by the time the contest time hits.
That's like most of the time what will dictate whether you win or lose is did you make your dunks first try? Because you're gonna get guys that fly, but they'll miss a windmill, they'll miss an East Bay, and they do that 2, 3 times, and you're out. You're out. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it was the best dunk in the world. And guys don't understand that. You want to go with guaranteed first try makes. So, and I mean, in your case, I think just getting out there and getting your feet wet and seeing how you do and if you like it and everything else that's the fun of it. And then you'll improve a lot. Like Isaiah said, like it's like, oh, if I want to go run the Boston Marathon, it's on this date. So I have to train my ass off to do it. So just keep that in mind.
This is the last thing. Have you seen Andy Nicholson's documentary?
Yes, I think I did like years ago. I probably watch it now.
Yeah, I would rewatch it because that's basically what the whole premise of the video was. He had like a year to train for a contest.